What's up, guys? XO here, and today this is a discussion video, yes, but instead of discussing about, you know, world events or, anything about gaming, I thought today I'd just take a break from that and just talk about myself. Actually, in particular, a story. Yeah, so it's story time, basically. Yeah. I just thought I'd talk about myself here, and just so that you guys get to know me a little bit more personally. I'm gonna start off by telling you the story about the first time and the last time I ever tried breaking into a house. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Yes, I broke into a house. But it wasn't like what you think it would be. It was nothing badass. Nothing was expensive. But it was. Yeah, well, I'll just get into it. Okay, so I think I was at least in the sixth grade. Mm, yeah, I was in the sixth grade, going to the seventh. That's right. I was with my friend, well, I'm gonna use fake names here. Juan and Kevin. And, god damn. Sorry guys, choked. Juan and Kevin, they were the type of guys who were well, we've all had those friends, you know what I mean? God damn, I can't speak. Sorry. Ugh. I apologize, everyone. But anyways, they were the type of friends, and we've all had them, you know, the friends that were like, oh, you're a bitch, don't be a bitch about it, just do it. They were that type of friendship. And I was the type of friend that's like, I'm not no bitch, I can do it. So what ended up happening was, of course, I did it. It was actually, I think it was Kevin's. No, it was Juan's idea. Kevin was like his sidekick, you know, Batman and Robin type shit. You know how assholes usually team up. Anyways, yeah, I was 6th grade going to 7th, and I just thought it would be pretty cool, you know, to pull it off. I was like, you know what, it's not even going to be that serious, because they were telling me that the deal was they were going to wait till he leaves one day. So I was like, you know what, that don't sound too bad at all, you know? And, so we was on the sidewalk where Juan lived, which is just a few blocks from where I lived, and, you know, he basically stood there, basically chill as hell. I was the one nervous, of course, though. I mean, of course I was, but, you know, that's just
Hey,
who
what's
I
up?
was at the time, you know, I was a little kid. To me,
Sure.
I was
I'll send
not
you the
ready for
details.
something like this, but Juan and Kevin had to act all tough for them. Anyways, what ended up happening was the guy left in his yellow Jeep, and we approached the house, and I think Kevin had a card on him or something, just in case it was locked. And I guess they've broken into houses before that because they were experienced. They just picked the lock in just 2 minutes. And, well, long story short, once they got in, they told me to be the watchman. They said, whistle if anyone comes. Okay, now I told Juan right there. I said, wait, there's a problem, guys. Juan was like, what? I said, I don't know how to whistle. And he said, okay, then snap. And then I was like, yeah, there's a problem with that too. And he was like, what? I was like, I don't know how to snap. And, well, you can tell they were getting agitated at this point. Shit. Yeah, they got mad and basically said, well, can you clap, dumbass? And then I was like, yeah, I can clap. And they were like, well, do that then. And I was like, alright, I'll do that. So, you know, I was standing there for a few minutes. They went in there. I think I heard them one time say that they found a PS3. And I was just like, oh, that sounds cool. PS3, you know? I was more of an Xbox 360 guy at the time, but I was like, hey, that's interesting. Pretty sure that'd make some money. But anyways, I was standing there not paying attention, just thinking to myself like, oh my god, if we get caught, if we get caught. Well, just so happens, he said clap when the guy, before the guy turns the corner into the cul-de-sac. What did I do, guys? What do you think I did? Think real hard, okay? If any of my friends are watching this, then you know what I probably did. But anyways, I kind of froze. Yeah, that's what happened. I froze up and I was terrified. I honestly didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to think or feel at the moment. I was numb everywhere. Body, mind, everything. Motion just stopped for me. And I watched his yellow Jeep pull up and just so happened to park and come into the driveway. And I waited till he got out the Jeep. And of course, you know, he got out and was like, hey, what are you doing in front of my house, you know? And I didn't know what to say. I started crying. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know, I saw it open. I bitched out, guys. I bitched out. I said I didn't know, and you know, at first I was kind of kind of scared until I ran off, and then I realized that it was no big deal because the guy didn't even, oh shit, the guy really didn't even care about me. He just ran inside his house, you know, and he was basically more worried about who else was in there. And he said, is anyone else in there? And I said, I don't know, and I ran off. And you know, the funniest thing is, instead of running away down the street and getting away, unlike normal people, I kind of did the stupidest shit ever, and I basically, oh fuck, I basically ran next door because I guess we weren't smart at that age. I ran next door to Juan's house, which he was the guy's neighbor. Yeah, I didn't mention that earlier. I thought that'd be a funny thing just to pop in there and be like, hey, by the way, I ran to my friend's house, the one that planned all this. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, this is the real story here. He didn't watch me though. He ran inside before I took off, so that way he didn't see me. But still, before I ran off though, I heard him say, I'm gonna get my gun if anyone's in here, and I was just like, oh shit, Juan's gonna die, and Kevin is gonna die too. And Kevin was short, see, he's like a little kid. You might let him off the hook. Juan, he had like facial hair and shit. He's one of those kids that grow quick, you know, like puberty hit him, make him look like 40 when he's actually just like 15 or 18. Yeah, he's like that, you know. Yeah, he basically went in there, and I went into Juan's backyard to see what was going on, to see if I can peek through there and see what's going on in the backyard. And I saw Juan trying to pull Kevin out, but he couldn't reach him because Kevin was too short, and the window was really tall on the wall. And I guess when Juan tried grabbing him, the other guy was trying to pull him towards the inside, I guess, trying to capture him or whatever. And I didn't know what to do, but I just yelled and was like, hurry, get him, he's coming. I don't know why I said that. I did. I literally yelled that. And it was ridiculous, though. To be honest with you, it was crazy and ridiculous at the same time. Because if you think about it, I could have got away with some shit. If I would have just ran in there, took one thing, just one at least, took off and abandoned their asses, I could have got away with it. I look back at myself now and think, damn, I should have stole some shit. Not because of the fact that it's right, but just to think about it for a minute, guys. If I wouldn't have froze up, most likely, and I would have just clapped, it would have turned out a lot differently. Oh wait, I did clap. I did clap after he already came up to the driveway, of course, and got out. But that's not the point about the clapping. The point is, you should never steal or rob anyone, and breaking and entering into someone's home is very dangerous. I just thought I'd share this story with you guys and show you guys how I handled my first time and last time. That was literally the only time I ever did it. Now, of course, that being said, I know at the time my age was very young because I was only the 6th grade. So I know that a lot of you might think like, oh, well, you was just a kid. There's a difference, you know. So any of you older guys that break into houses like 18, 20, or 17, whatever, yeah, it's not cool. It's really not. It really isn't. But that's not the craziest part of this story, guys. If you really want to hear the craziest part of this story, the craziest part, get this, is that just about the next day, which was a Saturday, I was across the street back in my cul-de-sac a few blocks away from Juan's, right? Oh, and by the way, just to let you know an update, yeah, Kevin did get out. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Yeah, Kevin got out. I'm drifting off in different parts of the story. I'm sorry. I'm a mess right now with this story. Yeah, Kevin got out, and Juan did too. The guy didn't get him, but they jumped a few fences on the next block. I just stayed up behind his house. Anyways. Yeah. Basically, the next day I was at Taylor's, and Taylor was like, you know, playing the PS2 with me. I was playing Gauntlet. I don't know if you guys ever played the game, but Gauntlet was the shit. It was one of my favorites to play on the PlayStation 2. I played that, Sly Cooper, but we're not here to talk about video games. Anyways, Taylor said he would stay the night, but because he was going to his uncle's, he couldn't. So I was like, oh damn, okay. Well, I said, could I hang out till you go to your uncle's? He was like, alright, cool. And, well, later that night, I was still at his house, you know, because he only lived in the same cul-de-sac across the street, literally. So I was like, fuck it, you know what? We'll play a game. Anyway, long story short, a few hours later, it went by, and, he said, I think my uncle's here. I hear a horn. And, it was the horn to his uncle's yellow Jeep. Don't beat me to the punch here, guys. Yeah, his uncle was the guy that I robbed yesterday. The guy that yelled in my face and saw me shed tears. That's why he walked by me and just ran into everybody else. Oh, yeah, wait, no, it gets better. I didn't realize that, though, because when I walked in the living room to leave, I was like, alright, well, I'll go. I stopped myself because through the glass door, I seen the yellow Jeep. He couldn't see me, though, because in the way the view was, I could see the yellow car door on the Jeep, and I was thinking, wait a minute, that looks a lot like, you know, now, anyways, it looked a lot like, you know, the yellow Jeep that, you know, was the one that I saw at the house a few blocks away that we robbed, and that's when I stopped and I was like, hey, Taylor, can I go to the bathroom? He's like, sure. And, of course, you know, he didn't think too much of it, because at the time he didn't know I robbed his uncle, and I wasn't planning on telling him, of course. And, well, long story short, his uncle came in, and Taylor, I heard through the paper, not paper, but, wall. It was easy to hear through the walls in his house. They were just plaster. Anyways, yeah, I heard Taylor say, I'm gonna wait for my friend to go home, then I'll be ready. I'm just gonna pack up some things though for now. I'm like, Taylor, just go. I can leave without you being here. And I was like, well, fuck. Fuck, I keep missing these fucking cops. Anyways, so yeah, Taylor was basically saying that he wanted to wait on me, so I was like, fuck, I gotta go out there. And I didn't know what to say, think, or feel. Like, I was back to that numb feeling I was feeling that day again. And then I was like, shit, why out of all days? Oh shit, fuck. Alright. Fuck. Well, here's how the story ended. I decided to go out of the bathroom and face it like a man. I walked out, and the guy stopped me and said, hey, come here. And he said, what's your name? And I said, Joe. And I said that very scared and fragile. Taylor didn't know much, but he knew something was wrong with my tone of voice. And his uncle put his arm around me and said, "Oh, okay, you're my nephew's friend." And I was like, "Yep." He was like, "Well, tell you what, you go ahead out and get back home, all right? Sorry, my nephew can't come over and stay the weekend." I said, "Oh no, it's no problem." And he was like, "Well, don't get in trouble now, you hear?" And I was like, "Yep." And I think that was a sign saying, "Don't fuck with me again now that I know who you are." So I took his advice and I never went and talked to Warren or Kevin again. And at school, I ignored them. Actually, as a matter of fact, I changed schools. Yeah, that's what happened. I changed schools after that. It wasn't my fault. My parents moved at the time. You know how that business and mumbo jumbo works, but that's a story for another time. Shit. For now, that's all the story that I have today. That was basically the story that I have, and the message behind that is, yeah, like I said, don't steal, don't rob from no one. It's wrong, and if you do get a second chance at surviving and dodging a bullet like that, it's best not to try to get back in target. You see what I mean? Get the hell out of Dodge. Anyways, as always, if you liked the video, then leave a like. And if you want to be a part of the XO community today, then hit that subscribe button now, people. Thank you. I need it. I'd really appreciate it because I keep going down in subs and then up in subs and down in subs. It'd be really nice to see some, uppity numbers. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But anyways, listen, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Really, I do. And, hey, have a good one. XO out.